Hey YouTube fans, figured I'd go off and give you your first episode of the tutor lessons dealing with Six Sams versus Psychics. Today's lesson is about chain link. A lot of people get confused about it, so we figured we'd go off and go over exactly how chain links usually start and how they end. Is there anything you'd like to add, Crocus?
Nah, not really. It's just you'll get to see how we do this, and hopefully you guys will get it right down. Keep practicing hard with it. This should be pretty interesting.
Well, let's get started. It's his turn, so draw a card for him.
On my turn, I'm going to flip a trap card, which will be Macrocosmos.
I will activate the effect, since it's now available, of Shien, which negates his Macrocosmos.
Which would start a chain. And his would be a chain link 2, mine would be a 1. Since this 2 beats my 1, it negates. And then I will start a new chain with a Heavy Storm.
When Heavy Storm goes off, usually it would destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. But a chain is started. And I'll start by playing my first card in the chain, which makes chain link 2, Muzukani Magetama. I can only activate it as long as I have a 6 Samurai on the field, and it would negate his Heavy Storm.
But I could chain to that with another counter trap card. Only counter trap cards can chain against counter trap cards. Spell speed 3. So I would chain with Solomon Judgment.
Paying half his life points, now he negates my spell speed 3, Muzukani Magetama, and I'll activate my Solemn Judgment, paying half my life points to negate his.
And then I would start the chain again with a more chain to chain link 5 with Mind Over Matter, which allows me to tribute a Psychic to negate a spell or trap card's activation. And since it's a counter trap card, it can only counter Solomon Judgment. But since he doesn't have another card to continue the chain, now the chain goes through, starting with my Mind Over Matter, which would destroy that. Negates his Solomon Judgment.
Negates this, and it goes to the grave.
And then my Solomon Judgment goes through, which negates his Mugatami, or whatever you call that.
Mazekami Magetama.
Yeah, that name. And then since his is negated, my Heavy Storm still goes through.
Which makes all other spell and trap cards go to the graveyard, which means his Scapegoats and my Solemn Warning go to the grave.
And if you have any quick play cards like Scapegoat, you cannot play it because the counter chain is still going through.
This is resolution at the time. You cannot activate cards like Scapegoats and other quick play spells because they're chain link. They would be a part of the chain, but only at the beginning.
Exactly. And then we would continue on with the game, which next turn I would...
And then his next card would be Dark Hole,
but since
destroying Shien, because Shien does not have his effect anymore.
Exactly. And then I would normal summon Psychic Wizard, which his effect starts a chain, which would be... allows me to remove a Psychic from play. And then since I can't do anything else with it, his effect still stays on the field, and then I would end my turn, and it would be his turn.
I hope you all now understand how to do chains, and we'll see you back here next week for another episode of The Tutor, getting to know the basics. I hope you all enjoy it, and this is Medagus, aka Valkazar1, and Crocus.
Crocus the Guide. I also have a YouTube channel, CrocusTG1369, but I don't have any videos up right now, but I am working on it. Thank you.